and how that informed building IT.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in this industry. I grew up in a family of filmmakers, incredible filmmakers, and my brothers in the crowd tonight, my mother, and you know, and I think you learn so much about creativity and art, and you learn a lot about business as well. I mean, you learn a lot about
Was that your favorite part?
Yeah, exactly. And about yourself. And I think being able to grow up in the business was just amazing, it was an incredible thing. And then at other times, it was a really sort of thing to really navigate, you know, and it's a special place to navigate. You know, it's tough. And this business is incredibly tough. And as a young person, you know, it's incredibly tough. But as you get older, it gets tough. And I think, you know, perseverance, finding people that you love and want to work with is so important, and believe in you, and then finding that fiance, finding someone that can sort of be there by your side. You know,
Well, speaking of your fiance and your family and this film, you know, there's a lot of love in this film. There's a love of Hollywood, history, you know, your mate, and I mean, I really think paying homage to Hollywood was really moving in this, and some of the clips that we had, and classic movies was so moving. You know, for me, having seen all of them in my childhood.
I was blessed and really, you know, to be able to go to sets when I was really young. With my father, tons of other people to really see amazing sets, but I fell in love with cinema in college in terms of, you know, the aspect of theory and all that type of stuff. And so I really got it. And one of the movies that inspired me greatly was Cinema Paradiso. And that film just...
You have a thing for Sicilians. We'll get to that.
And that movie, you know, there's such a childlike essence in that movie, and I think for me, I've always wanted to capture, you know, sort of an element of and you know, that sort of type of thing. And Cinema Paradiso to me did both. It had incredible, you know, theory and art and you know, a really cinematic language, but also was sort of like a kids movie, you know, and I think that movie really inspired me.
This is a really unique movie for this time because we have an epidemic of loneliness in America right now, especially with young men. And I think it was really brave of you to make a real love story. You know, did you set out to do that? Is that what you wanted to do?
Yeah, I think for me, one of the things, you know, we talked about Hollywood is you know, you get very wrapped up in a lot of stuff. And Alan, he calls it fluff. And I think really finding what's important, you know, not always just, you know, fantasy is wonderful, imagination is wonderful, but there's time that you can dive into that and you know, not get, you know, kind of lose yourself a little bit. And I think this film, it really grounded me, you know, making it really grounded me to who I grew up in. You know, I feel like I was a kid when I started it, and I've hopefully become a man since it's been completed. So completely, I set out to think something about love and also growing up.
Now, speaking of Sicilians, Al Pacino, how did you get Al Pacino to do this film, and what was the process?
Yeah, when I was writing it, you know, I really was thinking about certain actors, and there was no actor that I could imagine more playing this role than Al Pacino. You know, the way the world works, you know, he wanted to do it, and then, you know, he wanted to do a lot of rewrites, he wanted to do a lot of things, and magically, like, we just were able to really I was able to work with him and understand the process it takes to make Al and convince him to be in the middle of the night. And we came back, and my producers and I looked at each other like, there's something cosmic here. And I think he's such a special human being, so different. And I really think he's wonderful in the movie. He's really sort of subtle and he's not hoorah Al. There's an inner peace.
He's a real actor.
Yeah.
You have a lot of great actors in this.
Yes, and someone right here, please, Sarah, Angela, please stand up. And just anybody in the cast is here, please stand up. Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
How did you cast this? Where did the casting?
Oh,
They were all great.
a woman named Lorraine Mayfield, who's done, she's one of the greatest cast directors in the business, worked with the picture for a long time, and she's just amazing. And she, she really, speaking of growing up, she really, schooled me, and she really made me, really work and look at, what's right for this. So,
So what did she teach you?
just, really focusing on the right person as well as the right actor. I think there's an element of that I think gets lost a little bit is you have to work with people who you really, feel connected to. And this, like I said, this is hard. These things are moving, independent movies. I mean, I'm sure a ton of us here know how quick they are. Al jokes is every movie should be called Rush, because everything's so rushed. And I think for me, I wanted to work with people that believed in the story, believed and wanted to do the work, and wanted to rehearse, and wanted to. Angela, who's here, she told me that she read the script. But she read the script at the Academy Museum, and I was like, there was something about that. And she went there, she took the time, and she sat there and read it at the Academy Museum, and I was like, that's so cool, and just work with the people that have that same mindset.
So what was the most important thing that Al Pacino taught you about filmmaking?
Really, I think for me is to do the work. I think that's a huge thing. But just to remember that there's things that are important and things that aren't. There's things that the arts.
What's important?
Yeah, the work was important. Putting in that work. We stayed up till 4 in the morning doing takes. And did we get it right? And by the way, there was times where I'm like, Al, do you want to go home? Do you want to go back to sleep? But he really pushed. He pushed. And there was moments where you really understand that to make something special, even to make anything, just make something is incredibly difficult. You have to put in work.
To do anything. There's a lot of work that we don't see.
Yeah.
And doing it over and over and over. What was the most frustrating part of the process for you?
Oh, the most frustrating. I think the business as it is today, and sort of making your own stamp in the business. I think creatively, there's nothing. I mean, I hope there's a lot of filmmakers out here, but there's nothing more special than making a movie. In my opinion. There's something incredibly unique about being on set and being there, getting to create and doing that for a living, and doing that with people that you love and create a family. And so that's great. There's everything else that's challenging. It's everything else that really tears at your core. and yeah.
For the filmmakers and aspiring filmmakers in particular who might be out here tonight, what advice would you have for them?
Yeah, don't be afraid to send that email. Don't be afraid to get rejected. Don't be afraid to say no to, because it's, just brush it off. Don't be afraid to be embarrassed. Don't be afraid, all those things, because, I think we get hung up with that a lot of times. Charlie does in the movie. I think for Charlie, he says, Citizen Kane can make something when he's 24 years old. Well, that's Orson Welles, and you're not everybody's Orson Welles.
And this is a different era.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, one of the things that not only the film business, but just about every business is being impacted by is the tidal wave that's coming of AI.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the future of filmmaking in your with facing
know, I think it can be a great tool. I think, you know, people have to learn how to use it actively. And I think we can't let it replace us. I mean, I just saw it. It's like Guillermo del Toro just said fucking guy. But like, I don't know if I necessarily agree, but I think we have to keep an essence of who we are as human beings. And I think quickly, I think that there's an inherent essence to storytelling and filmmaking that is human. And so I don't know if it'll ever work, but it might. But to me, I think it's just about the tools we use and all sorts of classes.
The other thing that I felt was remarkable about the film is the music.
Yeah,
The
Leslie.
music is beautiful.
I'm not sure if Leslie's here, but she is one of the most amazing composers in the world. We got to go to London when we recorded at one of the great George Harrison's studio. It's not Abbey Road, it's the other Blink on it, but sorry. But that, it was amazing because I've been on many film festivals, blessing, but to be able to walk through the back, like cathedral of music, was like, I was just having, it was incredible. We got to Portland. I think one of the things they loved about it is that this group of performers and these musicians are some of the greatest in the world, but they do like 2 seconds of a Mission Impossible, you know, or James Bond or whatever. But they got to do our whole movie in one day. So like they were like, this is so cool that we get to do the whole score. And Leslie was working. She was an incredible composer. And if you have Leslie Barber, if you go see her,
The other thing is the locations.
yeah.
Were those places that you were familiar with? Or
Well, that's actually the mansion is the Godfather mansion where the horse's head. So we were amazed. That was amazing to shoot there.
is that something you had in mind?
You know, it's funny because it was.
Or did it work out that way?
This is just a big part of the filming, but it was very close to Al Pacino, and I think for him it was perfect.
Full circle.
Yeah, it was perfect. And they shot the Bodyguard and a lot of different movies. It was a perfect situation.
So if you had to do it all over again, is there anything you'd change?
No.
Having learned everything you've learned?
I think you have to just keep going. You know, you can't look back and regret anything. And I think if I had to change anything, then it wouldn't be what it is. You know, this experience, and I would be right. You know, why would I want to?
Let's take some
Can I
questions.
real quick? I just say thank you to a couple more people. It's so hard to make a movie, and I just have to say thank you, Christian Lou, the Lou family. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Sevier Crespo, Corey Jeriak, and obviously Kirk Martin, Josh Clayton. Thank you guys so much. You guys were so amazing. And it takes so much to make a movie. Peter Morgan, Keon Parker, wherever we are. Thank you.
Are there any questions?
No, nothing was shot on film, all digital. Yeah, and Corey, where are you, Corey? Corey, stand up. This is our cinematographer. Brilliant man. Who has worked on so many, he has done movies that are some of the biggest, Batman and so many movies, and he's a master of light. He is an absolute genius. I'm so happy that he did this with me and took a chance on me and talk about schooling me. But I can't wait for the next one.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Well, that's the question. I think, Al talked about Dick Tracy screening the other day. I'm not real, but I don't know. Am I real? Am I not real? And that was sort of the essence of it. It's like, whatever it is, whatever it is to you, and I think that's art in some respects, and to me, he's not real, but someone else in the audience that's similar too, like, he might be not, he may be really good, and I think the one thing I wanted to get was that handkerchief. Just seeing something as small as an handkerchief. As a filmmaker, you can make the world out of that. And I think that was sort of the idea. And so, I think allow yourself to be okay with that too. It's something that I think is important. Saying he's real, he's real. He's not.
It was real.
How much you know that?
Any other questions?
We have time for maybe one more.
One more? Okay. We got way up there. Thanks, Robert. Yeah. I think, and Robert, I think you would agree, like, I'm such a vibey guy. I love vibes. I love the essence of, and I think I work off that, sort of like, almost like a music video, and I think something that with some editing help from different people, and showing it to people, and talking with people, I started to get different vibes from people and what they were thinking about it. And I know that art is supposed to be for yourself, and that's what Rick Rubin always talks about. I love listening to people and hearing what they think. They love it. I think there's something for me about the rhythm. To me, I think Scorsese, I don't know what it is, cinema is about, is very much like ballet. Very much about with rhythm and music and element. But to me, that element of it is sort of, so, like you said, blossoming like a flower, probably more like that than it is blocks. But then you have the game of Tetris. What scene goes here? What scene goes there? Does it make sense? Does it not make sense? So it's a little bit of both, I think. But to me, I just, especially with music, I'm a vibey guy.
Well, I think we're out of time, but thank you so much for this film, for making it here